There's always a way. There's a story behind that. This is your daily message from Chad number 1014 to upgrade your mental game today by telling yourself a better story. Because the most important story you hear is the story you tell yourself. This message is dedicated to Christina Lyon. Here's the upgrade. You may feel you're out of options, but upgraded thinking remembers there's always one more move. Here's the story. A group of lawyer friends were having dinner one evening. They had gathered in the living room afterward. On the wall was a painting called The Chess Players that depicted Mephistopheles, the devil from German folklore, sitting across from a young man. Hovering above the game is an angel, assumed to be the young man's guardian angel. The devil isn't even looking at the chessboard, but across the board at the boy. It looks like the devil just took another chess piece because he still has it in his hand. The devil has most of the pieces by now. The boy only has two of the devils. The devil appears to be closing in. The interpretation of the painting is hopelessness. In fact, the painting is known as Retzsch's Checkmate or the Devil's Checkmate. Maurice Retzsch was the painter, Retzsch. Because anyone who knew anything about chess saw from looking at the board the game was close to being over. The devil looks triumphant and the boy looks despairing, out of moves and about to be checkmated. Until that evening after dinner, the host, Robert Harrison, was an avid chess player and part of the local chess club. He had a table in the living room set up with the chessboard and had duplicated the pieces from the painting. One of the lawyers, Paul Morphy, visiting from out of state, started studying the painting and the chessboard. He was a known chess phenom. The host noticed Morphy at the chessboard. Morphy told Harrison he saw one more move and believed he could take the young man's position and win the game. Everyone at the party gladly took the devil's place and played Morphy. But Morphy quickly proved himself. He took the young man's game and played against each gentleman and won. For about 50 years, the painting had always been interpreted one way. The devil can corner you. You can run out of options. Evil can win. You can get to a point of feeling that way. You rack up enough bad moves and life looks hopeless. I think that may be the hidden message of the painting. No matter how deep your despair, you always have one more move. St. Paul recounted the story of the tribes wandering in the desert who looked doomed and said, God is faithful and never allows temptation beyond what you are able, but with the temptation will also provide the way of escape so that you'll be able to endure. You always have a move. The better story to tell yourself is, as long as I'm breathing, I always have one more move. What I like the most in this painting is the angel. The boy isn't alone. And the expression painted on the angel's face does not have a bit of worry. There's always a way of escape. You are not doomed. You may feel in despair. Things may look hopeless. It's not true, though. You're not checkmated. You have another move. There's always hope. Remember the acronym for HOPE, H-O-P-E. Hold on. Possibilities exist. Tell me a story of hopelessness to hope to fromchadsmith@gmail.com. Send someone a text and ask them, have you ever come to a point where you felt there was no way out? You can get a free copy of my book, The Most Powerful Story in the World, by going to fromchad.gumroad.com. The transcript of this message and hundreds of others are always available at www.fromchad.com.